Sonic Racing Crossworlds is undoubtedly one of the most surprising 2025 games in all kinds of ways. It combines both Sonic Racing and Sonic Riders into one. Somehow characters like SpongeBob, the Ninja Turtles, and Miku are DLC. And it came out the same year as the next-gen Mario I can't say that.
We do not speak his name.
It came out the same year as the bigger kart racer. Yet at the same time, a lot of people on the internet are actually rooting for Sonic to win against it. That's not even the craziest part. Sonic Racing Crossworlds was very well received by many sources. So unbelievably good, to the point that IGN, the one source that Sonic fans particularly hate due to the history of denouncing this franchise.
I think we're at the point where we need to admit that this was never really a great franchise.
Nope.
And that we keep trying to find this thing that was never really actually there.
Sonic was never good.
That same source gave this game a 9 out of 10.
Holy crap!
If you told anyone that this game would be this highly rated back when it was first revealed in the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley himself would have picked you for the public execution segment. Even I couldn't believe this, because I played the beta back when it was available, and I thought it was okay and decent at best, not even close to being better than the Voldemort game. I got a lot of flack for saying that in my first impression short by many Sonic fans and Nintendo haters alike, but on the bright side, that short quickly became one of my most popular shorts on the channel, and to this day I still see people finding it in their search results. With the game having a shockingly positive reception and my controversial short getting some kind of traction, I thought to myself that it was only right that I give this game another shot to truly see if it's as good as others say it is. One last time. My name is JDR18, and this is my review for Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Some good work.
Get your goals, steal their souls. It's Sonic Racing, all around the world, faster than ever. Make your tires burn, your brakes will treasure. It's gas every turn, we're trailblazing. Sonic Racing.
Before starting this review, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to see more content from me, and don't be afraid to comment down any criticisms you have against the video if necessary. Now let's begin with the presentation.
Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up.
As soon as I started playing Sonic Racing Crossroads, the one thing that I didn't expect to be impressed by was the presentation. While it's definitely not the best looking 3D cartoon game with the models not looking as highly detailed as other games like Ratchet & Clank, Crash Bandicoot 4, or even some of the new Nintendo games, including the racing one, Sonic still manages to wow you with its style, especially with the vibrant colors. My hot chick heaven is this game cool to look at. Every single track, especially the crossroads that appear every second lap, are colorful, fun, and full of crazy aesthetics that add on to the experience. Not just with the tracks, but the game in general with the way it visualizes the speed, and the effects with all the warnings, the power-ups, the speed boosters, just about everything makes it chaotic and hyper. The UI could definitely be annoying to some people, but honestly for me it only adds on to the game's identity, with it being more crazy and on the edge compared to other racing games. No matter what happens while you play, either you get a strong item, you're beating your rival, a frenzy occurs. Thanks to the visuals, all this gives you the feeling of being on the craziest and zaniest ride in your entire life. It hits so hard for a guy like me who hasn't put a ton of hours into Sonic Racing games to experience the fun of just going insanely fast. It feels refreshing and exciting after being so used to the competition, which feels like therapy in comparison, even at its best. However, there are definitely some issues that bother me. In particular, the great value in Kirkland character models looking super cheap and barely detailed. It's kind of annoying to look at because whenever you see the tracks, they look really nice in the cutscenes, and then they just show the characters. Really close up too. Listen, I'm not trying to be a graphics schnob here. Normally I would be okay with new games looking like this, but not for a brand new $70 game. The colors, visual effects, and environments do look nice, but sometimes the game does give remaster vibes. Sega charged $10 extra for this quality on the PS5, so I can't let it slide.
And instead of Oreos, Ginger Snaps, or Chips Ahoy, we got a big bag with one cookie in it.
It's time to play the game.
Back when I tried the beta, the gameplay and controls of Sonic Racing Crossroads originally felt kinda cheap to me, compared to the competition especially, and I called it a Dave & Buster's game, because it felt like an arcade game instead of something quality like Mario the Voldemort game. Now that I've played Crossroads for over 15 hours, I must say I was completely high for saying those things because the arcadiness of Sonic Racing Crossroads actually adds on to the fun of the game, and it makes it stand out amongst others in the kart racing genre nowadays. It's not meant to be a clone of all the other kart racing games of only Sonic characters. Instead, it's a game that is always fast and hectic while also demanding you to be close to perfect if you're driving. The fun for me comes from mastering the driving and the tracks, knowing how to drift and avoid falling off course, which is nearly identical to the 3D Sonic game design, which demands players to master the levels in order to get the S rank, or in this case, first place. What it also shares, sadly, is some annoying physics. The water drifting could sometimes just not work and you get stuck on a wall, and the flying could sometimes be a little off, but it's not meant to be a comfortable game where simple drifting and lucky items help you win. It's meant to be a game where you have to make the least amount of screw-ups to win. If you hit the terrain, you'll lose. If you fall off course, you'll lose. If you don't take the shortcuts, well, you're just dumb. They're right in front of you. Once you play enough of the game to master these shortcomings, it only gets better from there, especially when you finish all the cups on Sonic Speed and then unlock Super Sonic Speed. In my opinion, this is the definitive way to play because it makes the game so much more fun and competitive with it being so fast. And since driving is harder to control, winning feels way more rewarding. Sonic Racing Crossroads requires skill, but that doesn't stop it from having crazy items that lead you to losing races and your sanity. Since this game is so hard focused on being fast, whenever you get hit by something like a saw blade or that anvil thing, it's pretty infuriating to get slowed down with other racers getting ahead of you. The game even has its own blue shell that's worse than the original blue shell. Another integral aspect of the game are the gadgets and archetypes. The gadgets are similar to Call of Duty loadout perks where you have to pick and choose whatever special abilities you want and bonuses for the stats you want to improve. There are also 5 different archetypes in this game: speed, acceleration, boost, power, and handling. Mixing both of these together gives you the freedom and flexibility to race in the way you prefer. For example, I'm a fan of the handling class, because that makes the game feel a lot smoother to play, and also because the car I made in this archetype looks fire. Silver's a handling character, so I usually pick him, and I have a gadget loadout specifically for handling cars to give myself some advantages like some speed booster gadgets and the ability to get level 4 boost while drifting.
Damn, wait, that's a crazy perk.
Whenever I want to use a boost board, I pick Miku because that's her main archetype. And the loadout I made for boost boards have tons of advantages. For example, I have a 130 ring limit, which makes my board faster. Whenever I hit an opponent, I get a boost. And I have the ability to do more tricks in the air for, you guessed it,
Boost for breakfast and insure for dessert.
the last real mechanic I need to talk about is the rival system. You know those times whenever you play the Forbidden game and you notice that there's always that one CPU character that's constantly out to get you every single lap? Well, in Crossworlds, you could choose that person and alter how hard you want him to be.
I beg your pardon?
In every race, the rival you choose always gets to talk trash to you in the beginning cutscene and continues to do so throughout the entire cup.
Sonic the Hedgehog, fastest thing alive. After Shadow, best chaos control user. After Shadow.
Omega, loudmouth robot, finishes today's race after me.
What?
Hey, Sonic! When did you get the racing stripes? Oops, you're just his boring doppelganger.
Your words are as hollow as your racing record. Step aside.
Later, loser! That was pure luck.
You're trash, Brock.
This system alone is the reason why I spent so many hours on this game, because I would constantly turn the difficulty up each time I start a cup, and I would end up restarting over and over and over again just to beat them. Just imagine how bad it was on Super Sonic Speed. And I admit, I had to turn down the difficulty at a certain point, because it just became too overwhelming for me, especially against you, SBO.
Do not underestimate my swiftness.
Go fuck yourself!
The customization in this game is really impressive for the amount of depth it has, but there was one thing that truly did feel lackluster, which was the car customizer. Ever since I played Gran Turismo 7 on PS5 a while back, I always loved to make my own cars and use them even though I was complete ass at racing. I still remember the insanely cool Dragon Ball Final Fantasy cars I made. I even did a cool Pokemon one just for funsies. So seeing Sonic Racing Crossworlds have their own creator was really exciting, but I was let down pretty damn hard because of one major setback.
Cigar.
What?
Where's the door? Decals.
You can't put decals on the doors. Of all places to not allow decals on, why the doors? Isn't that the one spot where most people would want to leave their decals on? You also can't stack decals on top of each other.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You went too damn far with these restrictions, Sega. What's even weirder is that you could put actual brands on your car.
There's Alienware, Asus, Beyblade, Rock. What the Lenovo Legion? What the fuck is this?
But you could barely show them off in a cool way because of the stupid limitation that the developers made.
Think about that. That's just dumb.
Overall though, the gameplay of Sonic Racing Crossworlds is very fun, and it's the main reason why I enjoy the game. Even with the few annoyances, the amount of options you have to approach races and just the speed of the game makes it something more than just another kart racer. It's special within its own right, and I surprisingly put a lot more time into it than I thought I would originally. And I'll give it this, Voldemort might actually have competition when it comes to the gameplay department.
I'll play with you some other time.
What we do here is go back.
While Sonic Racing Crossroads may have a good presentation and some great gameplay, there is one thing that I think this game definitely lacks in my opinion, and that's the content, which is really ironic considering why Voldemort is hated upon, but let's not compare here and just address why I think this. The only game mode that I played for majority of this review was the offline Grand Prix, meaning I barely even touched the online and the race park. Why is that? It's because those other two game modes suck ass. What? I could have and probably should have played more of the race park in particular, because there's a lot of things to unlock from it like new car parts and skins, but I just couldn't bear playing them because it's literally the same racing with an extra objective on it. There's triple team rain grab, triple team tap, double team shootout, Kirby triple deluxe, double team dash panel.
I'll take a double triple bossy deluxe on a raft, 4x4 animal style.
I tried all these game modes at least once, and none of them stuck to me at all. Not only because the challenges aren't fun, but playing on group speed just makes the game so insanely slow to the point it's miserable.
It's so boring.
The worst part is that you can't even play Race Park online. There is co-op, but if I told my friends to come over just to play this game, they would sue me. So you're stuck with CPUs, and if they don't do their job, you'll lose to your rivals and have to try again. There are other modes like Quick Match and Extreme Rules, that one in particular lets you use only the most powerful items, but why the hell would I play all that by myself? Maybe with other people it'll be fun, but that's gonna be a rarity because this mode is offline only for no damn reason. What can you do online then? Well, you can just play different tracks of other people and get your online rank up by winning, but of course you can't have anything without one big caveat in Sonic Racing. Every time you do a race, you always move to a new lobby, meaning you can't competitively race with the same people over and over again like you can in other racing games, making it a lot less engaging to play, especially for someone like me who appreciates that kind of matchmaking. What makes the online mode even worse is that supersonic speed, the one speed I adore, the one I call the most definitive way to play this game, isn't playable online. Why? I already got gold on every cup, even the mirror one. It just feels as if there's nothing worth doing besides mindlessly grinding to get more tickets in the most boring and demoralizing way possible. Sega, you know I play video games for fun, right?
But wait, there's more.
Since the game is a live service, there are events that occur during certain dates. It's called Festival Mode, and it's essentially the exact same crap from the race park, racing with extra steps. Normally I wouldn't be bothered by this mode since it's only a special side game, but we all know there's something bad about it. Just like everything else in this game, whenever a limited time event occurs, you don't get the choice to do normal races online. So if you want to play a normal race online during a festival event, too damn bad. You might as well log off and wait until it's over. What kind of game design is this? Not even Nintendo would do such a thing. Literally, the only actual good side content in this game is the time trial, because it basically teaches you how to race in each track with the trail it gives you, kind of like Gran Turismo, and it's really impressive. Too bad I'm not the kind of guy to play this crap for more than 10 minutes, meaning almost everything in this game, besides the Grand Prix and time trial, are garbage. Game modes aside, even the DLC is lackluster. Sure, you could get SpongeBob and all these other characters, but guess what? there are no voice lines for any of them, not even the werehog. What makes it sting even more, however, is that the rival mechanic becomes close to redundant since the DLC characters can't even talk back. What was the point of adding all of this trash talk when later characters weren't even going to use it? Imagine if Mortal Kombat had silent guest characters in the modern games. Do you know how lame that would be? As greedy as the modern games were, at least Warner Bros. Didn't stoop this low to not put money into voice acting. Clearly, Sonic Racing's biggest issue are the stupid setbacks it has that make no sense as to why they exist. It's not a hardware issue, it's not a budget issue, Sega has the money for it. All these setbacks just come off as lazy and disappointing, especially for a game that costs $70. Speaking of money, Sonic Racing Crossworlds for retail price is $70, and after going through the content, there is not much here to make it worth that price. Sure, the Grand Prix is really good and the customization is neat, but once you're done getting gold on every cup, the side content and online mode aren't good enough to warrant paying this much. And the fact that the DLC doesn't even come with voice acting and only a few courses are going to come out over time just says everything. So if you don't have this game already, I would suggest waiting for a sale, which is bound to happen. I'd say it's worth buying at like $40 or $30. For the Digital Deluxe Edition, $50 or $60 max. Once Sega tries to fix all the issues, it'll definitely be a bang for your buck, but as of now, just be patient. Sonic Racing Crossroads has so much potential to be great with the awesome stuff it has. I love the gameplay, the customization is cool, I love the character interactions, the style of it. There's just so much to appreciate, but the amount of flaws it has, like the underwhelming DLC, lackluster online, the really dumb design choices, being overpriced, I just can't give it as much credit as I want to, because the stains that it has are impossible to wipe off. So for the final score, I give Sonic Racing Crossworlds a 7 out of 10. It's good, but there are just way too many issues that desperately need to be resolved. If this game got one big patch with better car customization, voice acting for the DLC characters, supersonic speed online, maybe its own knockout tour mode where you keep traveling to different crossroads within each lap, that would be genius. This game could be at a 9 just like IGN says it is. And I would even get a second copy for my Switch 2 if that were the case, because I've played Voldemort for almost 2 decades now since the DS. Sonic with its Grand Prix alone is a great alternative that switches things up for me. As long as Sega keeps improving Crossroads over time, it could actually become my main kart racing game, but that all depends on how the devs handle it from this point on. You're this close, Sonic, I believe in you. Just don't BS chop the next time I see you. That is all for this review. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, comment down your opinions on Sonic Racing Crossroads or on my video, I'll be reading all of the comments, and don't forget to sign the petition for Hit Pig 2. If it weren't for Hit Pig, I wouldn't be alive right now, so go ahead and give him your support, the link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
It doesn't matter.